Thank you. Hi everyone, good afternoon. I'm very excited to be here with you all today to speak about the From the Heart study, which is a national study of individual and family perspectives of Fontan. I think it might be important to tell you a little bit about myself just so you can understand how this study has been built and where I'm coming from in terms of what we're looking at through the study. So I'm an occupational therapist and I'm currently doing my PhD with the University of New South Wales. I'm lucky enough to be based here at the Heart Centre for Children with the Psychological Care and Research team with Nadine Kasparian and David Winlaw who are guiding me through this. I've worked as an occupational therapist in paediatrics at Sydney Children's Hospital and within a strengths-based recovery setting for people with mental illness. I have over 10 years' experience of working with families, and I've previously carried out research looking into young people's experiences and how their lives can be influenced by these. In each of these roles, I've been overwhelmingly struck by and have become very aware of the importance of understanding the experiences of both the individual but also of the whole family. From these experiences, I have realised that recognising the individual needs of each family member of the family and their perceptions is absolutely essential to understanding what is happening for the family as a whole, and vice versa, that understanding what is happening for families is also really essential to understanding each person's experiences. With this insight, and by collaborating with the Fontan Registry, as well as the doctors, surgeons, psychologists, health researchers, health economists, and parents of people with a Fontan, From the Heart has been developed to better understand what it is like for people who have a Fontan and also for their families. So today I'll just go over a little bit of background to how the study's been built, the collaboration with the Fontan Registry, the study itself, and then any contact information. As we've heard throughout today, there have been many technical and medical advances which have been reported by the Australian and New Zealand Fontan Registry, as well as globally. Until recently, the medical and physical outcomes have been the primary focus for research, which has shown improved outcomes for children, young people and adults with a Fontan circulation. I'd like to thank Holly and Leonie for speaking about their experiences. It is these experiences that From the Heart wants to understand for children, young people and adults with a Fontan circulation and their families. There is now a growing interest and focus on what having a Fontan circulation for people in terms of quality of life, psychosocial outcomes and physical health, as reported by themselves or by their parents. What is interesting about this newer research is that it often only looks at separate age groups, such as children, teenagers or adults, and hasn't looked at the Fontan population as a whole. Much of this research also relies heavily on parents' reports for their child, and while this is absolutely essential, From the Heart is also interested in looking at an individual's own self-reports. Most of the previous research has come from North America and Europe, and while we know that there are important differences across countries and cultures, so From the Heart is aiming to understand what it is like for people in Australia and New Zealand, but also extending this through broadening the approach to start understanding what it is like for the whole family, so parents and siblings. This more recent research has been a significant stepping stone into highlighting the need to explore people's experiences using a broad, comprehensive approach to understand the individual perceptions and emotional and social experiences for the families and people with Fontan. As we have heard today, the Australian and Fontan Registry is the world's largest Fontan database. This registry has a committed team of researchers, clinicians, people and parents of people with a Fontan circulation who are really interested in working together to understand what it is like to have a Fontan and what might be needed to provide the best possible care and support. The registry has also been invaluable in allowing us to identify what we don't already know, as well as what we already know. And so by collaborating with the Fontan Registry, we're in a very unique position to undertake From the Heart and to really begin to understand individuals' perceptions of health and wellbeing for children, young people and adults who have a Fontan circulation, and also the health and wellbeing of their parents and their siblings. We're aiming to do this through 2 primary studies. Study 1 is the main focus for today, and it's a large survey of children, young people and adults with a Fontan circulation and also parents and all siblings. or whoever wants to be involved. Study 2 will involve interviews with some young people and some adults to further talk through their experiences, and also with some parents. From the Heart is using a very comprehensive approach to understand how various aspects of an individual's life can influence their thoughts about their overall health and well-being. We have approached this study with the awareness that the way that individuals think about their life is a broad, multi-dimensional concept that encompasses their goals, their unique experiences, their expectations, standards, and concerns, while acknowledging cultural and social experiences, as well as the personal beliefs and values held by the individual. We have consulted extensively with a number of experts in health and wellbeing research, as well as with members of the community, and most importantly, with people who have lived experience of Fontan about what they consider as essential aspects to explore in this study. The overwhelming response was that all parts of a person's life need to be considered as important. And as such, the survey has been designed to capture the aspects that you can see on this slide. And while it means that some of the surveys can be long, the feedback we have received is that it was extremely validating and essential for people to have their own experiences recognised, as well as recognising the experiences of children and families. We are asking these questions to try to understand how they relate to overall health and wellbeing for children, young people and adults with a Fontan, and for their parents and siblings, and what it is that's important for this population. So From the Heart, we're inviting all people over the age of 5 who have a Fontan circulation and who have had their Fontan operation at least 1 year prior. And we're also asking any parents and siblings who would like to participate in From the Heart. We ask that for children who are under the age of 18 years, that a parent provides consent for their participation, and all participants must be able to complete the surveys in English, as they use a lot of scales that are only available in English. We're excited to announce that in the next few weeks we'll start to send out some study packs. These will include an invitation to the study and participant information sheets. One is designed for adults and the other is designed for children and young people who are under the age of 18 years. We'll also include a family consent form, which has been carefully designed to allow space for people with a Fontan, their parents and siblings over the age of 18 years to provide individual consent. We also have designed it so that there is a space for parents to provide consent for children with a Fontan circulation and any siblings who are under the age of 18 years to participate in the study. The consent form allows you to choose if you would like to be contacted for an interview as well, and you can also select to have a paper-based copy of the survey if this would work better for you and your family. We ask that you speak with your family members about the study and post back the completed consent forms in the reply paid envelope. And we recognise that families might not all live together, and if you think it would be better for us to send out an individual study pack to additional family members, please let us know their contact details, and we're happy to do that as well. Once we've received the consent form, we'll send the survey to you via a personalised link to a nominated email address, or we can post out paper-based versions. We'll send the individual web links for each family members, and they've been designed for 5 to 7-year-olds, 8 to 10-year-olds, 11 to 14 up, and then from 18 and upwards. And then parents' versions are going to be delivered depending on the age of the child as well. We're excited to be able to show you that this is an example of what the online questionnaire will look like. We've been working closely with a digital tech company who have a lot of experience working within health to make this online questionnaire very user-friendly and easy to complete. And to be involved in From the Heart, please make sure that your or your child's contact details are up to date. You can do this online on the Fontan Registry. And if you have any questions or you would like any more information, please feel free to contact me. There's the fromtheheart@mcri.edu.au, or you can free call from within Australia on 1800 025 509. And thank you very much for today, and I look forward to hearing about your experiences and feeding back to you at the end of it.